Look around. You're 200 miles south of Timbuktu as the Abyssinian roller flies. In Dogon Country, Bandiagara Escarpment, Mali, West Africa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site chosen for culture and architecture. But of course, you won't be flying. Millet flour beignet. Fresh donut bliss perfumes many Sahel mornings. Dogons need a program to encourage the use of more efficient cookers, manufactured by Dogon blacksmiths. We can also experiment with acceptable biomass fuels as a sustainable, safe fuel possibility. Generally, if the fires use less fuel, the baby who is on the mother's back for the first year and a half will not be breathing as much smoke. There will be less prevalence of asthma. Clean water is never a given. Outside the 9 cities spread across the Sahel, there remains a precarious water supply for rural inhabitants. Embedded in this gritty, crunchy, squeaking, swirling sand, the rural wells and their inevitable need for repair are currently only funded at the village level. There are virtually no concerted efforts of water catchment or irrigation. An initial environmental examination for a model water catchment program could be initiated in a village that might be emulated by surrounding areas. We can harness the meager rainfall to supplement underground water for village vegetable projects to improve the broken diet with more balanced nutrition. These girls have less chance to attend school. With a shorter life expectancy, women in Mali place 171st of 189 countries, according to World Health Organization 2013 statistics. This means an average 57.1 years life expectancy. Between 2008 and 2012, UNICEF set boys' primary school attendance as 60% to the girls' 54%. These statistics are probably optimistic for rural life and village contingencies. 300 years from tomorrow, Dogon Country will be recognizable as it is today. The day will dawn with glorious hope. There is to be no electrification. The architecture will be very similar. The short-haired sheep will trace along the village trails. You will hear the traditional Dogon greeting, Sewa, Sewa, that maybe we will have been able to control goiter syndrome. Goiter is possibly intensified by low-level cyanide exposure from a chronic intake of foods containing cyanide, such as millet, sweet potatoes, yams, and sorghum, particularly in combination with nutritional deficiencies. Goiter cripples, with lost chances, missed solutions, and wasted human potential. A baby swaddled on the back of a Dogon woman is the norm. The surviving grown children willing to stay in the family's territory, are their parents' only hope of security in old age and the continuity of their society and land for future generations. Our Sahelian women do not have the luxury of having fewer children until they can have a guarantee that more of their children will survive the dangerous period of early childhood to 5 years old. This means there's need for more extensive maternal education. In this harsh land of the indomitable Dogons, they are self-sufficient poster children, models for their use of sustainable agricultural methods, the indigenous knowledge of the Zai, to increase the yield of their crops. They get by with only underground river water sources, working from before dawn to dusk. They are necessarily frugal, along with a little judicious nudge of scientific resolve to solve their overwhelming problems. With this help, the Dogon will be able to confront many serious problems of desertification in the Sahel and the extreme conditions that will be a part of the seeming inevitable climate change. This staggeringly bountiful harvest represents hard work, sufficient rain, an absence of desert locusts, peace. Not all years will be so lucky. Each 70 years, there's a life-threatening drought. Sun and sand, heat and dust can be tweaked from depleted Sahel cropland by applying proven techniques of multi-cropping to increase yield, the application of biochar to enhance depleted soil, cover crops, and Zai technique used strategically in their millet crop growing areas. In the remote depleted desert-designated cropland to increase the possibility of more crop stability. Peace and promise of a continuity of day after day in this stark country could be enhanced by well-thought-out projects done in conjunction with an eventual control transferred to a trained Dogon to ensure the perpetuation of this unique society. Rock in the Sahel, the Bandiagara Escarpment. This sandstone is well accustomed to being blasted. It will remain. Historically, the geographical isolation of Dogon Country served as a natural fortress, defending their population and culture against intrusion. But now, to preserve the astonishingly rich Dogon cultural life as acted out in the masked dance and animist ceremonies, in Dogon Country, basic human needs are a critical issue. Clean water, sanitation, goiter, nutrition, and soil depletion, among others. You can choose to make a difference. You may choose to work for humanity. Your actions could improve the chance for the perpetuation of the Dogon culture.